What is good, Osiris here, stuck in the middle, and I've switched my attention from the Kyle Rittenhouse case, which is still going bananas even during jury deliberation, all kinds of crazy news coming out. But I switched my attention over to the McMichaels case, Gregory McMichael and Travis McMichael. They're the ones who killed Ahmaud Arbery. I don't like that I'm hearing people. It seems like they're trying to romanticize 2A, a Second Amendment right to bear arms. I am pro 2A because I saw what happened in Australia, and I've come around to that's a very important. I see why it was put into the Constitution as the number 2 amendment. That means something. But let's not be stupid about this. My take with the McMichaels is very similar to Kyle Rittenhouse. I like that the trial is waking people up. This trial is doing the same thing similar to Kyle Rittenhouse. Most people are still watching Kyle, but we know that there is not enough evidence to call Ahmaud Arbery just some random jogger. There's not enough evidence to call the McMichaels racist. There's allegedly that they said the N-word at some point, I believe was after they shot him, but they're still debating whether they can say that in the courtroom. So in my opinion, I see no evidence of this being a racial. You know what we were sold? Oh, it was just a black jogger. It could be any black jogger jogging around the neighborhood, getting gunned down by some racist white people who wanted to kill black people. That's not what happened. That's not the case with the McMichaels. So I agree with that. It's opening eyes up. It's coming down to probable cause. Did they have the right to do the citizen's arrest or not? And in my opinion, from listening, I'm not a legal expert, not a lawyer. I was a math major, and the law is very similar to just a logic class where you're following steps and there's rules you have to follow. I think that it's not going well for the McMichaels. It's not looking like they had probable cause to chase down Arbery. But let's take that off the table. I want to talk real talk, just like we did with Kyle. I don't like people romanticizing the Second Amendment to the point where you try to make people heroes who unnecessarily put themselves in harm's way. Unnecessarily is opinion. So you can have a different opinion, but I don't I don't like when people make it sound sexy or make these people, whether it's Kyle Rittenhouse or the McMichaels, sound like heroes because they were trying to do a citizen's arrest. Or it's more they're making Kyle a hero, sound like a hero, less with the McMichaels. But with the McMichaels, I'm not hearing people who are on the 2A side say this enough. It's very similar to me. Like we saw the DA take out the gun, point it at the jury, hand on the finger on the trigger, making the same mistake as the Baldwin situation, whether it was a mistake or not, but who knows? But you shouldn't be pointing a gun, finger at the trigger at a target you don't want to shoot. The same thing is what I want to say about putting yourself unnecessarily in harm's way with a gun. McMichaels, Georgia has open carry laws. McMichaels had the right to openly have their guns out. You don't have the right to point it at people, but you can have your guns out. They heard Arbery came out. A neighbor was yelling, "Hey, that's him," or whatever the case may be. So they approached him and asked him, "Hey, what's going on? We need to ask you some questions." I think all that was fair. The part where they unnecessarily put themselves in harm's way is when they chased him down or were following him. I don't think the McMichaels had any intent to kill him. They could have shot at him at any point. They did not shoot at him until it came down to the end when he charged. And they were at that point, they're fighting over the gun. My point is, I would like to hear more people from the right libertarian position also say, don't be stupid with your right to bear arms, open carry. At worst, Ahmaud Arbery had material items. He had not shown to be a threat to anybody's family, any person at all. He had not shown to be like a threat with a gun or a knife or a physical threat at all. At worst case scenario, he was a threat at potentially stealing stuff, and we didn't see any of that. So I don't know what Ahmaud Arbery was doing. He made poor decisions, but what I'm saying is there was not enough evidence for the McMichaels to take their guns and put themselves in harm's way of chasing down an unarmed person that at worst stole something. That's not smart. That's stupid. And at this point, the debate is whether it was legal or not, but whether it was legal or not, it's stupid. Now you put yourself, you and your father, in harm's way. You end up having to kill someone when I don't think the McMichaels wanted to kill anybody. They just chased him down. And I don't know, Ahmaud Arbery made a very bad decision. In my opinion, if he had not rushed them, he would still be alive today. But both parties put themselves in a bad position. Now we're in a very sad scenario all around. Stop romanticizing this thing. Stop making it sexy. Preach responsibility, not only in handling the weapon, but in avoiding putting yourself in harm's way. That has to be part of the discussion as well. Let me know what you think about my take on this, if it makes sense. I just had to get that off my chest. Take care.